I'm building a 24-foot gaff-rigged raised deck sloop of the Sydney Harbour Ranger class. I decided to fit the engine beds while I still had a centreline post to help me mark out the shaft line accurately. The engine beds in the mast step are most commonly large chunks of hardwood, notched over multiple structural floors. The notches should be as small as you can get them, with around half the depth taken out of each part to restrict any weakening. Multiple saw cuts, chisels and planes are used to cut out the waste. For my mast step, I was able to simply lay it on a carefully marked centreline set up so that it was exactly 2 inches above where it was going to live. I removed 1 inch underneath the mast step timber and 1 inch from the floor, on the only floor that it was resting on, and reduced the 2-inch figure by the amount of the gap on the other 4 floors it crossed. You have to build your engine beds to suit your engine, as most are different. I'll be fitting a Yanmar 2YM15, which requires the landing for the feet to be between 27 and 41 millimetres below the shaft line and parallel to it. I made mine 34 millimetres. For the engine beds, it is generally better to make templates out of thin plywood or thick cardboard. I made 4 templates, one each side for the inner face of each bed, and one each side for the outer face of each bed, as only the forwardmost floor had enough meat to make the notch horizontal. The other notches were sloped in line with the top surface of the floor. It's safest not to try to get the top of your engine beds right in one go. Start with wider stock, then once you're happy with the fit, mark out the tops with a laser set to the correct angle parallel to the shaft line. Drill for the fastening holes before your final fit. I drilled the holes from inside square to the planking, ensuring that they would emerge wholly within a plank. The mast step and the beds are well primed on the mating surfaces and fitted to their floor timbers with ample bedding compound, in this case a polyurethane. I used bronze coach bolts hammered in from outside for the engine beds, bracing the beds to the roof as I hammered the bolts through, and shop-made copper bolts with bronze washers and nuts for the mast step. The engine beds are primed and just about ready to receive the engine. The mast step will get 2 more bolts once the ballast keel and deadwood are on, and a mortise for the heel of the mast.